Click on anywhere in your presentation. At the top, go to Animate. On the left-hand side, I can preview each animation effect by just hovering over the animations. This lets me get a glimpse of each animation effect before I actually apply it to my text or to my element. So for the purpose of this video, I want each text to appear one by one. So there are some animation effects that achieve this result better than others. So for this text here, I really like this burst effect. So I'm going to click on it, and I can adjust some of the parameters here. I can choose whether or not this animation effect takes place on both sides, on enter, or on exit. I'm going to choose on enter, and I can also adjust the intensity of this animation effect. Notice how there is a crown next to intensity, which means that you'll have to be on the Pro plan to be able to adjust this particular feature. One other thing I want to do, if I want this animation effect to take place when I click, I can toggle this on. And what this does is when I present something, rather than having the effect take place at once I get to this particular slide, I can control when this effect takes place. So when I click on a presentation, then this effect will take place. You'll also notice that for this text right here, if you look on the animate feature, you'll see that this is highlighted now in this purple lavender color. This means that the text has been animated. If I click on a different element or a different text, you'll see the animate feature is not highlighted. So there are no animations done to this particular text. So I'm going to go back, click on animate, and I can apply the same effect for this particular word. For the bottom text, I might want to choose something different. So I really like this typewriter effect. I'm going to make it appear on click. For images or any other elements, you can do the same as well. You can choose how you want to animate this. And so depending on whether or not you have a lot of elements or not a whole lot of elements, this process itself may take quite some time just to be able to animate everything. And so it looks like I've animated everything I needed to animate for just this particular slide. So if I go to the top corner and click present, so you'll notice how now these words appear one by one. But you'll also notice that this image came in last. So what if I want the animation effects to take place top bottom, meaning I want the animation to start at the top and go to the bottom in that order. So I can go back, I can click on this image, for example, click on Animate, and I can select Click Order. So right now, this image, the order at which the effect takes place is at the bottom. I can move this to the top and do the same for the rest as well. So you can constantly go back on Click Order, and you can adjust how you want things to appear in the order in which you prefer. So if I go back to present again, now you see that the image takes effect first before the rest of the words appear. So this is just for this slide only. You'll have to do the same for the rest of your slides. And depending on how many slides you have, this may take quite some time for each animation effect to take place, because you'll have to go through each one of these and select them, apply the animation effect, make sure that if you want to appear on click, make sure that appear on click button is toggled on. And so this could take quite some time, and you might miss out on a few things if you have a lot of different elements, a lot of different text. And if you have a lot of slides, it's very easy to miss something. And so there is a more automated way of doing this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to start over again. And so now if I click on this presentation, if I go to Animate, now there's this feature called Magic Animate. This is a recently new feature that Canva has added. This lets you animate all of your slides of the style of your choice. So rather than adjusting each text, each element, each picture one by one, you can use this Magic Animate feature to automate the entire process. So I can again hover over each one to see what it looks like. So previewing every animation, it looks like this handmade animation looks best if I want to have each text appear one by one. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And you'll see now for all of my pages, you'll see how the animation effect should take place on all of the pages now. So when I do present, you'll see now each word, each element, each picture appears one by one. And so this is just a faster way to have things appear one by one without having you do everything manually. And it saves a lot of time when it comes to editing and making sure everything appears exactly the way you want it. So it's just a great time saver, and it lets you work more efficiently on the things that you want to work on. So of course, some of the downsides of this is that maybe the ordering of which the text you want to appear doesn't appear exactly how you want it to. And so in that case, maybe you'll have to go back and manually adjust some of these things by yourself. And so that's probably the only downside of using this automated feature. But honestly, looking through this whole presentation slide deck, I think choosing this particular feature, uh, the handmade feature, I believe that's what it was called. Yes, the handmade feature. I believe choosing this feature effect and applying it to all the slide decks, I mean, I think it still achieves the effect that I want, which is having all the text, all the elements appear one by one. And I think it's a great way to have something done automatically, or at least semi-automatically, um, if you're not too picky about how things appear in order or not. And also, you'll notice that the appear on click doesn't really apply to this feature, so that's probably another downside. But overall, if you're not too concerned about appearing on click or the order of which things appear, then I think this Magic Animate feature can really help you with your design workflow process. And so give it a test run, see if you like it or not. And if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below. If you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you and have a great day.